Hello everybody and welcome to 5 spoiler-free tips for the Circle Undone. If this is your first time seeing one of our spoiler-free tips video, we're going to do exactly what it says on the tin. We're going to have 5 spoiler-free tips for a campaign. And this one's the Circle Undone. Let's dive in with our first one, which is going to sound as obvious as all of these tips do, because kind of like they just generically go across most campaigns. But this one, having a good brain score is a good thing.
Yeah.
Now you might be thinking, that's stupid. Having good numbers is always good. And like, I mean, you're kind of right.
You're kind of right.
It's true. Just sometimes one of them is inordinately better than the other ones.
Yeah. Like in Forgotten Age, Foot, for example, was better than most of the other ones, just like
Better
generically.
Should have been.
And that's the case here for Circle Undone. Having a good brain score is going to like benefit you more than it would in other. You don't need that food, Russ. You don't need that food.
That's okay.
And it's not say you can't play like low 2 or 1 brain investigators, but you need to be able to like pass a brain test
You're gonna want to
sometimes.
Yeah. And like there's actually also a good chunk of them. There's a design around it as well that like uses their foot score to an advantage, but it is like less action efficient in that way, right?
It is worse.
Any campaign is possible with any investigator.
Except Amanda, she's bad.
It's true, all 2s.
And she can't
all
win
2s.
any campaign.
Yeah.
She can't. No.
So maybe Innsmouth, that one's really easy.
It is. It actually.
Which makes sense. That's where she came from.
Yeah. Our next tip is being able to flex is rewarding in this campaign. Again, this sounds just like a nice, obvious tip that just works across the board. But this campaign is going to, especially in the opening scenario, test you in ways that other campaigns don't. It's going to reward you for separating. It's going to, it's going to punish you by separating you. And if you are able to...
It's going to reward you for being able to do things when you get separated.
Exactly. There we go. There we go. And then also just generally that... there's a lot of ways that when you're flexing, like as for example, as a guardian who flexes for clues or like a seeker that flexes for damage, a lot of that stuff is actually you cheat the things, right? Like you'll cheat the clues, you'll cheat the damage. Yeah. And this is actually something, especially on the clue side, that cheating clues can be very good in the Circle Undone. Very good in the Circle Undone.
You want as much of your flex to be testless as possible.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, in blue, things like scene of the crime or
very
evidence
good.
Become very powerful because you don't have to make that test with your bad number.
Yeah. And lesson learned,
Yeah.
And evidence.
Yep.
And that's probably all of them.
Yeah, like you can still get by with stuff like look what I found, right? But it's going to hurt a little bit more than it would in other campaigns.
It will be worse.
Yeah, but I mean, just like generally, like here's a bonus tip for you. Just like Tesla's clues can be pretty good in this campaign.
Yeah, which again, like
usually.
Usually pretty good. But
usually,
like better here than elsewhere.
Yes. Yeah. All right, we're rocketing through. We got tip number 3 for all of you. Cards that interact with treacheries and play go up in value. So, Travis, what does this mean?
That means that cards that can do things to treacheries that are in play are better in this campaign than usual.
Like what kind of cards, Travis?
Like Alter Fate.
Alter Fate, yeah.
Is one of them. And there is another yellow one. Orphic something or other.
Orphic Theory, yeah.
Orphic Theory that does that too. That one's from Scarlet Keys.
Illuminati confirmed. Otherwise known as the Eye of Truth. It has a real name. I know
that. Eye of Truth, definitely.
Really
definitely.
There's a couple of cards like that, or that blue one, Fool Me Once.
That's the next tip.
Is that the next tip?
That's the next tip.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Spoiler free. Not quite. We're spoiling the rest of this video. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. So yeah, those cards that we mentioned basically just blank the text on encounter cards or remove them from play. This kind of goes hand to hand with our first one, which is like high brain score and it's going to make things better. This is basically just like beating it to the punch in a way. Or sorry, not beating it to the punch, the other one, you know? Passing the test is beating it to the punch. This just gets rid of it.
There's a lot of treacheries that stick around. Being able to make them not stick around is good.
Also, another bonus tip for you, if you're playing Circle Undone for the first time and you're a new player, just take it slow. It's probably the most like complicated threat area board state you're going to get. There's going to be like so many things that you're going to just not going to be able to do. So just like take a breather, you know, don't cheat like we do. We love it, but you don't.
Yeah.
Well, they might, but we love it. We can all agree on that, right?
I mean, I don't mind doing that part. It's just like putting the decks together is a
Oh yeah, the first one too. Yeah. Yeah. Slight spoilers. I'm gonna say here. I got Eric good on that one. I had Eric draw a mulligan, get their deck already. Then I was like, get that out of here. We're not doing that yet. It was pretty good.
Nice.
All right, on to tip number 4 here. We got canceling Treacheries out of the Mythos deck is really good.
Yeah, this is where your Fool Me Once comes in, or Ward of Protection.
Test of Will.
Yeah, Test of Will. Like, Eye of Truth also kind of fits in here.
Forewarned.
Yeah, Forewarned.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff really good.
Yeah. Eye of Truth is one of those weird ones that is like almost impossible to quantify on the scale until it's been observed in action.
It's true. It's true.
It's like quantum ARKHAM.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You can't tell. You can't tell what it is.
To go for us to dig into this a little bit more, this campaign has a very neat mechanic where, like, the idea is that things come in threes, like bad things come in threes in this campaign, and if you see 3 of them, that's bad news bears.
Yeah, they
right?
usually have like some minor negative effect the first time you see it, first and second times you see them, and then the third one's like bad.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm in hell.
Yeah.
And they show up throughout the entire campaign, and they actually can really swing scenario as well, depending on like if they happen or if they don't happen. And being able to just say no to those is really nice. There's also another card that if you're able to just like stop from it hitting you the first time, it's called, I'm gonna say it's Fate of All Fools. That's the name. It doesn't really do much, but if you're able to stop that from hitting you, that's great. You can have that hit someone else, and then just ride the lightning.
More of a if you can stop it from hitting the wrong person.
Yeah. Which is you.
It's not always you. Like,
This is why you always end up with it.
Yeah, because I play good cards.
Just
Kidding. I've never played a good card.
Good cards. Never heard of them.
Yeah, it is fun when somebody just kills you with it, though. Because they don't bother to read or
Yeah.
what you got.
No, why would I do that?
Yeah, whatever, right?
Yeah. All right. Our last tip for you is be prepared for some really big enemies.
Yeah, they're large.
They're large.
Number big.
Big.
Yeah.
And like we mean like
Middle number big.
and like also even sometimes front number big. Sometimes both front and middle number.
Sometimes all number.
And then then sometimes it's like the number is so big you can't even like look at it. Yeah. Like those, I mean actually even those numbers. You know the ones.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay.
They're pretty big.
These big enemies can also show up in like the first scenario. One of them is going to show up immediately in the second scenario, and like that enemy is very sticky, so you're going to have to deal with it multiple times. And then also like the enemies are big, not even in the sense of their numbers, but like their effects on enemies in this campaign are generally like pretty splashy effects, right? There's enemies that you want to just like look at and be like, how do I deal with this? And then there's even a scenario where it's like the rats get big. Like, and there's just a lot of big enemies in this one.
Yeah, you need to have a way to like consistently be dealing like 2 to 3 damage with every action, and like you probably also want to be capable of dumping like 6 or 7 damage into an enemy like with your 3 actions.
Yeah. Alternatively as well, like being able to like mitigate enemy attacks. Like I think dodge has like a higher value in Circle Undone
attacks.
That you can just be like, this is basically just like me not dying to this enemy. I can space it out a bit.
I was late today, so you get a secret extra spoiler. That, relics and spells are incredible as fighting options in this campaign. Like much better than they are anywhere else.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, this is actually 8 tips.
Yeah, like this is so many more tips than you thought you were going to get when you clicked on this video.
Yeah.
And one more spoiler than we promised, but it's self-referential, so...
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, we're probably not in trouble for that one, right?
No.
Oh, can we say one more tip? I'm going to say one more tip.
9, count 'em.
This one's slightly spoiler, so if you want to go, you can leave. Yeah. No, I'm not. I could have made 2 Circle Undone spoiler videos. Don't accept your fate. In the opening, don't do it. Don't accept your fate. Don't do it.
What do you mean?
Just say it's bullshit. Trust me, you won't regret it. You won't regret it. Just say it's bullshit.
Just like a free experience, if I accept
You
it.
do.
Technically, yes.
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 It's objectively a good thing.
Eric did it, and Eric was like, what the hell is this? Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed and found these tips useful. We'll be back for more tips when Dream Eaters comes out in the new box format. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. And as always, a GG's.